and Dr. Robert Axel, a psychologist who specializes in men's issues. We welcome you both to Good Day New York.
Morning.
Doctor, do you agree that we're not getting what we want?
I do agree that women are not getting what they want right now. Men have a very difficult time expressing their feelings and emotions, and they really need to learn how to express themselves, to find a little kernel of feeling and just nurture that and get some support. And women really don't know how to encourage that either. They make demands. They say, I want you to be more expressive, but they really don't know how to deal with it once they get that.
Is it that old macho image? Is that what it really boils down
there's
to?
years and years of stereotyping. Men are seen as the dumpers, commitment phobic, aggressive, non-expressive, afraid of intimacy, when in fact they have the same feelings.
What happens if you risk a little bit? I mean, if a guy risks a little bit, what's the big deal?
Well, he'll go into oblivion, and the end result is a tremendous amount of pain. It's very hard. What you said about breaking up, frequently I find in my practice with men is that a reaction to a current, rather brief affair will trigger off an enormous amount of anxiety, agitation, and despair, when it really may be a delayed reaction or a double breakup reaction to a past breakup, or even something even in the remote childhood. But it's very important in my work with men to try to tease out each feeling, to support, I'm angry, I'm losing something. What have I lost? It is very, very difficult for a man to articulate what he needs and what he wants. So they don't have the words, they really can't access that, and they need a lot of help, well, for themselves to say, well, I feel this, I want you to do this, this, and this in the relationship. So they'll, as you said, force. Well, I don't know. Women have a hard time listening to men.
But what about the theory about drinking? Do men tend to drink more when they've been dumped?
Well, they'll drink more, they'll increase their sexual activity. That's a certain type of men who really want to deny the pain. Another man may become very despondent, and another man may become very harassing and bother a woman.
Because he doesn't have the words to say, I'm in pain, I hurt.
And there's no way of expressing anger. So drinking or heightened sexuality is an indirect expression of anger, and there's no way for a man to express anger except in an acceptable way in this culture.
When you go back to early childhood, there's the sense of mastery, particularly endemic in boys. If you can't master things, if you can't control a pencil, if you can't control an object, a toy, you feel frustrated. You get involved in these superhero fantasies. And maybe you see a cartoon on TV of Superman, and you fantasize that. Right. So you see little boys, jumping around like Superman with capes on. You'd be surprised how much that persists throughout men's lives and the fantasies men have of kind of how they may deal with a frustrating situation. We have to be super to get through certain things. Define themselves as independent, instrumental,
right,
aggressive, competitive.
What's instrumental?
Instrumental means I can do.
Okay.
I can do this. I can
Right.
fix this. I will make this happen.
Right.
I can change this. I have control over this.
Right.
I am a provider. Right. I mean, I want to, be a provider and take care of my family.
Exactly.
And if I'm sick, what is that? How does that leave me? I can't fix it so easily. Being helpless, feeling that you don't have a choice. You don't know where it's going.
Yep.
You don't know what the choices are.
Yeah.
And it's a stripping of your identity.
Yes.
Of your masculinity. Who am I? It really would tie in with a sense of control, and I could do something about it. I can fix it.
Yeah.
For now. Even if it's for now, I can do something. I can take this medication, and my life will be easier.
Yeah.
I won't feel the effects of the symptoms so much, and I have something that I can do about it. Spiritually, a good thing.
Spiritually.
Yeah.
Yeah. For their, when you say spiritually.
Well, I mean just a sense of coming to terms with life and the meaning of life and the end of life, and however that person defines their spirituality, their family, their love, an acceptance of that, and even if it's acceptance of their manhood, to come to another level of I'm a man that transcends doing and fixing. It means ultimately it means I'm a human being. It's hard enough for a person who doesn't have diabetes to make those kinds of changes, to exercise and watch what they're eating. But for a person who has diabetes, first of all, it's an emotional blow. It's a consistent, chronic, real problem. And it's overwhelming. The reality is that this person may not go out and get running shoes and run around the park or go to the gym. So the people who don't follow through are either people who are too busy with the things in their lives and they don't prioritize that. They don't take care of themselves, or they can't. Underneath it is a fear of their mortality, a fear of being overwhelmed. It's so hard to make practical changes when you have to change the script of your life in a way.
Holiday season is not a happy time, but one filled with emotional discomfort.
A feeling of loss, feeling of sadness, some negativity, isolation, loneliness, despair at the holiday time, somewhere between the end of Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. The week in between Christmas and New Year's seems to be a real difficult week for many people. Many people who seem to be normal and not depressed during the rest of the year get blue, get kind of negative as the holiday season approaches. Of expectations that one has, that society has, that families have, that groups have, that one should be happy and joyous during the holiday time, that one should have sufficient energy and motivation and good feelings to buy gifts, to go to parties, to have family and friends all around them. And many individuals, as the holiday approaches, have mixed feelings. They get kind of negative, as I said, resentful and sad, because they focus on family. So there's a focus on family getting together, and an individual may feel, well, I don't have any family. Many people suffer from seasonal affective disorder, which is a deprivation of light which comes about in the winter, the fall and the winter months, and there are some treatments available. There's light therapy. So if people who notice that that as the weather changes, they get very fatigued and down, may look into light treatment.